Northern California. Many know it as wine country, full of hundreds of acres of lush vineyards and rolling hills. It is all that, but as we discovered, there's even more to California's northern region than what meets the eye. Located about 2.5 hours north of San Francisco, Mendocino County is a mix of gorgeous coastline and stunning views of the Redwood Forest. Far from the hustle and bustle, the area is known for its vineyards, but it is also the epicenter of family fun, given its beautiful scenery and opportunity for adventure.
Welcome to Mendocino County, California.
On this trip, I take my daughter Shay and niece Keelan to check out California's Pacific coastline. We'll journey to a beach made almost entirely of recycled glass, get stunning views of the Redwood Forest by train, explore the world of cheesemaking with the help of some friendly farm animals, and head to the tree that doubles as one of the best selfie spots in America. Get ready to be mesmerized. My name is Colleen Kelly, and when I was single, I lived abroad and traveled the world. Then I became a parent and wondered, how would I ever travel again? So I set out to find a new way to travel and get back to exploring the world family style. I'm here to guide you on how to get the most out of your family vacation. Pack your bags and join me, Colleen Kelly. We're going on vacation. Funding provided by
This show is sponsored by State Farm. When the unexpected happens, State Farm is here to help life go right.
California is known for its stunning water, and our first stop helps us jump right into the scenery. This is Big River Beach. Located down the cliffs from the village of Mendocino, this is one of the coastline's most popular spots. It's the perfect place to relax or catch some rays of sun. But we decide to get adventurous.
Today we're exploring Big River in canoes made of redwood trees. So let's check it out.
With the help of a local tour guide, we learn the basics of navigating on the water at Catch a Canoe.
Hi.
Hey, good morning. How you
Good
doing?
morning.
Welcome.
Thank you. We're
Welcome to the
excited to be
river.
here. So what are we going to
Welcome.
do today?
We get to go out on the river. This is like a river, but it's actually an estuary, so we're on salt water, and we want to get out there really quick.
We hopped in and gave it a go.
So ladies, look at me. Take your paddle, hold it up, rotate it. See this label? Make sure that's facing forward. Got it?
Yeah.
It just gives you a much stronger power stroke. Yeah. Good.
There we go.
You got it.
You know, I'm just going to sit here and let them work. They'll never know.
Every day. Wow. Every day.
It's like every day. I usually do most of the work. Paddle, girls. Harder.
But we got the hang of it. These aren't your average canoes. Our guide Sarah explained that these outriggers have been made from old redwood trees.
So the boats are actually made out of old growth redwood. However, here's the catch. You don't want to cut down an old growth redwood tree. So what Bob Cummings, our boat builder, did is he took the wood from an old 100-year-old barn that was built out of old growth redwoods, and then he repurposed into our fleet of boats.
And he built these boats?
Yeah.
Along with the many dogs you'll see in the water and on the beach, kids will love watching for the variety of wildlife you're bound to see.
That's beautiful. It's almost kind of haunting.
Yeah, I agree.
That is so pretty. See, this is all we need. Just to be out on a lake, peaceful, listening to loons. That's what a vacation's about, right? Right?
Right? I totally
Maybe
agree.
not for them, but for me.
Then, out of nowhere, two seals
Oh
popped
my
their heads out of the
gosh,
water
look at
and
that.
said hello.
They are so cute.
Kissy face.
Don't leave
They're kissing each
us.
other. I'll pretend they are.
No, he left us.
Oh wow, look girls, look behind you, look. Do they travel in pairs?
Not usually. They're kind of solitary.
Are they best friends?
They might be best friends. I'll go with that.
Like you two.
Yeah.
It was a moment that our family loves to remember and will absolutely never forget. we head an hour east towards Redwoods for one of Mendocino County's most unique attractions, a skunk. But not just any skunk. This skunk is 131 years old and draws in tourists from all around the world. Welcome aboard the Skunk Train. This locomotive has been taking passengers on a majestic ride through the Redwood Forests since the year 1885, when it started as a logging railroad. The California Western Railroad not only helped to transport redwood logs to and from sawmills, but it also transported people, a tradition which continues to this day.
So the nickname skunk originated in 1925. Gasoline-powered engines, pot-bellied stoves for heat, and a combination of the fumes from the two created a very pungent odor. The old-timers said that these little buses were like skunks. You could always smell them before you could see them coming.
The skunk line stretches 40 miles, crossing over bridges, trestles, and deep mountain tunnels. Hopping on board this train will make you feel like you hopped in a time machine. Kids love experiencing a ride on this old-timey locomotive. We took a special visit up to the front to meet Captain Jim, who has been driving the train for nearly 50 years and loves his job.
Hello, welcome to the cab.
Oh, thank you. I've never been in front of a train before.
Well, now you are.
I didn't know it was this tiny. Where's the steering wheel? Oh, you're it?
No, the truck's on the bottom of the locomotive steering.
Oh, really?
It's like a roller coaster. There's flanges on there that go back and forth.
That's cool. How long have you been doing this?
49 years.
49 years.
49 years.
That's a long time.
That's great. Do you like it?
Well, I wouldn't be here if I didn't like it for 49 years. Yeah, I enjoy it. I happen to enjoy all the work that I've done on here. You said you meet a lot of different people. I have friends that send me stuff from Australia, Germany, Europe. Yes, once in a while I'll get somebody that I'll see this one's age. They'll come back and 20 years later say, "You remember me?"
Oh. What are we going to see today?
A lot of redwood trees and a lot of tan oak. I'll show you the trees as we go. But I'm getting tired. So what we're going to do is, any of you an engineer?
No. Wait, you want us to help drive this?
Mm-hmm. All right, who's first?
Not me. I will.
Shay? Oh, you're okay. Go for it, Shay.
Well, the first thing you got to do is wear one of these.
Okay.
I'm old, I don't have to wear them. Now, I want you to sit on the seat. Climb in there, sit
Oh
down.
my gosh.
Okay.
Got to face where you're going.
It's
Okay?
like driving the train.
Okay. What do I do?
It's all yours. You're doing fine. See, this is how the hard work is. Now, if we want to go a little bit faster, take this lever and start to move it back that way real slow. Right there. Now you're going to hold it there. See, a lot of this is learning the track and knowing how fast you got to go. Can you be an engineer? I got news for you. The lady that I'm married to and have been for about 42 years, she's an engineer on this railroad.
I think a lady engineer would be great.
We enjoy lady engineers. That means I get to stay home.
Yeah, that's true. This could be the next generation right here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're
that
welcome.
was great. Really appreciate that.
Thank
Do we get to
you.
keep the hats?
Yes, you do.
Okay, it makes us official. Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome. The girls love seeing what it was like to be an engineer. As for me, let's just say I'm happy being a passenger. This iconic symbol of Mendocino County is something all ages can enjoy.
Kids from age 3 to, in their 80s. People of all ages love this train. If you're a little kid, you're 3 years old, and you're coming out here for the first time, it's a mechanical dragon. We often hear stories from people who are from all around the world that they were here with their grandparents, and now they're bringing their kids, and in some cases their grandkids or great-grandkids. It's the trees, it's the moving equipment, it's the notion that you've left today behind that attracts people here. It's why kids love it.
It's nice to not see cityscape, no concrete. There's no buildings anywhere. It's just all green.
And the air is fresh and clean.
Well, it's a really beautiful experience. This train is over 100 years old, and it's a walk back in time, ride through the redwoods, and the atmosphere is amazing, and my kids are safe and healthy, and it's wonderful here.
Another thing is that I like that she could come.
Best of all, your four-legged friends are welcome to come along for the ride. This is one ride that the whole family can get on board with.
It is not often that a tree becomes so famous that it reaches icon status. But that's not the case in Leggett, California, home of the DriveThru Tree. This is a tree so enormous that you can fit an entire car through it. Fans of this beloved tourist stop call it the chandelier tree.
Well, the chandelier tree has got its name because of the branches. If you stand on your head, it looks like a chandelier. The arms kind of stick out. I think chandelier was easier to spell than candelabra. I can't spell candelabra, so chandelier tree, that's where it got its name.
This is Barb Underwood. Her family purchased the property in the 1920s, where this magnificent tree now sits. An opening was cut in the tree in 1937. Since then, visitors at DriveThru Tree Park started posing for photos with this giant, and haven't stopped. This is one of just 3 DriveThru redwood trees that remain standing for visitors.
It's amazing seeing people usually people from Europe, they'll say, hey, we saw this when we were in kindergarten, and they'll be in their 50s, 60s, and they saw this tree, and this is California. And yeah, that's really neat hearing stories about people coming, and this is like their lifelong dream to come and see the tree and drive through. Yeah.
This coastal redwood reaches 315 feet high. Even more amazing is its age. This tree is more than 2,000 years old. Visitors get a thrill squeezing their car through the extremely tight space. Finally, it was our turn to take our ride through this coastal redwood, and my driving skills were put to the test.
It's a big tree.
Look how old it is. 2,400 years old.
Oh my gosh.
This car's too big. Oh my gosh, look at this. Ooh, this is tight.
Got the mirror in? Can't touch the tree out your window.
Okay, got the mirror.
Yep.
Yes! We did it!
We made it through with just a little scratch. Lesson learned.
Okay, here's a tip. Next time you drive through a tree, you might want to put in your side mirrors, or this is what happens. Good thing I got the insurance.
While the drive-thru is a tight squeeze, the rest of the DriveThru Park's property is a wonderland of serene nature.
Once you get past the tree, just 100 feet up the hill, you're in a whole different world. There are no sounds. It's quiet. You can hear rustling in the underbrush. It's just absolutely gorgeous and beautiful up there. I tell people you have to look up. There are so many wonderful things to see when you look up, but you also have to look down. There's just great things scurrying around on the ground.
Best of all, this stop is super affordable. Your family can enjoy the entire day hiking and picnicking. The surroundings are peaceful for adults and a natural playground for kids. And enjoying nature, this place will help you forget about your smartphones for at least a little bit. This atmosphere of wonder gave the girls an opportunity to use their imagination and just be kids. You'll definitely want a selfie at this piece of California history. We couldn't head to Mendocino County without stopping at one of its most famous destinations, a shimmering shoreline known as Glass Beach. Located at McCurricker State Park in Fort Bragg, Glass Beach is named for the beautiful iridescent glass pieces that cover the pebbly shore. And Mother Nature herself had a hand in the creation of Glass Beach. Until the 1960s, the area was a dump site where many residents ditched trash into the ocean. Throughout the late 90s and early 2000s, the area went through a time of transformation and cleanup. But already, years and years of glass, appliances, and other trash being dumped into the water had an impact. Over time, waves smoothed the broken shards into beautiful colored pebbles that cover the area. And today, tens of thousands of tourists visit every year.
Wow! Is this all sea glass?
Yes.
This is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this.
We met up with Captain Class Borington, who runs the local Sea Glass Museum and knows all about these tiny treasures.
You're just saying blue is pretty rare, right?
1 in 300 is
One
blue.
in 300.
The cornflower blue.
And then what's the other colors that are kind of
The
rare?
rarest is the orange. 90% of them came from the turn signals of old cars.
Oh, wow.
And then also grape purple. It looks like a grape candy in your hand. That's not lavender, it's grape purple. And dark lavender. Light lavenders are more common.
Wow, she found a blue one.
And kids can't get enough of this natural adventure land.
I feel like I'm in an action movie.
the girls love spotting all the different kinds of sea glass. And we have never seen a beach like this.
He likes to sleep on the tent, and then he likes camping. Also, he likes to play on the beach, the sand, and he's really like all the glass pieces. So it's very colorful. Yeah, he likes it.
You know, finding the big ones, or my oldest son, he likes the green ones, so he's picking out all the green ones. So it's like a treasure.
Never seen a beach like this. Glass Beach, a trash to treasure tale brought to you by the wonders of nature. For a fast and simple treat after some fun in the sun, head to Collex Ice Cream. Just a short drive from Glass Beach, this sweet shop is always bustling with a mix of visitors and friendly locals.
I think what makes it special is it's handmade. There's so much work that goes into it. We do a lot of the weighing, chopping, folding, mixing by hand, and we get a lot of our ingredients locally.
You can try out all their unique flavors, including their mushroom cap ice cream. Yep, that's what I said, mushroom.
The best.
They always make you feel welcome when you come in, even if you're just buying yourself ice cream. And I love working with my hands and making the ice cream, and then seeing all my hard work pay off. I can see the happiness on people's faces when they eat the ice cream. I watch out the little window over there.
Whether you live here or you're just visiting, Collex is a spot that will make you feel like home. Our next stop gets us thinking green. The Solar Living Center in Hopland brings us to a lush garden getaway. This serves as a learning center for people of all ages to educate themselves on the environment and our role in protecting it for generations to come.
So I'm here with John, and John, you started this over 20 years ago. Why did you do this?
We had started Real Goods in 1978 to promote renewable energy. We actually sold the first photovoltaic solar panel in the world, and we soon realized 20 years later that we weren't really walking our talk. We wanted to have a center like this for our children, for our customers, for the world. We wanted a place where people could experience a parallel environmental universe.
And you did this for your children so that they could teach their children.
Exactly.
Correct.
Now my grandchildren, who are 8, 4, and 2, come here frequently and get to experience what I created for my daughters when they were teenagers.
That's amazing.
This center can help put ideas like electricity use into perspective for kids, like with its pedal-powered bike generators, which show just how much manpower is needed to produce enough electricity for everyday objects.
Oh, look at this. If you look at the watts, it'll tell you that you're charging 3 cell phones. If you hit 15 watts. I'm charging 3 cell phones right now. Oh, look. Oh, look, we're lighting them up. Look, you are now powering loud music playing out of a good sounding stereo. Okay, now look at, we hit 65 watts. What are we doing? We're charging a laptop computer. I think I'm done. Good job, girls. All right, what's next? Okay, that's my workout for today.
In fact, to produce enough electricity for one day in the average American home, you would need 6 people to pedal for 24 hours straight. We met up with my friend Anna, who lives in Mendocino County. She told us why it's important to her that children today learn about sustainability and the environment.
So this place is amazing. Yeah, you know, there's lots of kids that come here. Schools come here with their field trips. There's just so much to do. I mean, look at all the fun they're having.
They don't need cell phones.
No.
No.
Cell phones are not needed.
I
Just
love that.
Good old school fashion fun.
Yeah, and they can learn a lot about the environment.
Absolutely. Whether it's the farming practices or the solar practices, even thoughtful purchases. Thoughtful
that?
gifts. Well, that's really like thinking about where is it being sourced from, how is it made, is there fair labor practices, is it organic trade? It's all those kinds of things. They're really thoughtful about every detail.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's important for us to tell our children about this so that they can tell their children and save the earth.
Absolutely. We're all in it together.
The girls enjoyed feeding the fish and checking out an organic garden. For a mix of classic cars and nature, head to the DriveThru Tree Center, where trees sprout through vintage 1950 automobiles. The trees were planted inside of these classic cars back in the 1970s. New technology may come into our lives, but as this exhibit points out, nature is timeless and will remain indefinitely important to us and our planet. Next, we kicked off our shoes and climbed into the mud. That's right, this activity might be messy, but it's a totally clean and green way to help the environment. And kids will get a kick out of it.
It feels like I'm putting on mud shoes. It feels like I'm putting on
Should we do it? Should we do it? Should we come in? Okay, you ready? You coming in? What does it feel like? Squishy? Wow, this is great because you don't have to tell your kids not to play in the mud because you actually can play in the mud here. This is great. So what are we doing?
So we are mixing up a batch of cob. So this here, this is cob. This is a mixture of just sand and clay, and we'll mix in some straw and with it. So cob, a lot of people know adobe, right? So like this here, this is an adobe brick, right? See how hard that is?
Yeah, it's hard.
So this is just made with this. It's this earth right from the ground, dried in the sun, and dried for a week, and it gets really hard. So we're actually using these adobe bricks to put on the back of the bench here.
Making a bench back here.
Yeah, so we're making a bench. Yeah, last year, the Convergence, we built this little mud hut here, and then we built this pizza oven, and now we're gonna be building this bench.
All from mud, basically.
Earth right from the ground.
Why is this important that we do this?
It's actually really amazing that we're able to use earth right from the ground, that we don't have to go buy any materials. We don't have to buy cement, we don't have to buy wood, we can just use the earth right from the ground.
This down-to-earth design opened our eyes to a new way of doing things. The Solar Living Center was a gentle reminder of why we not only need to take care of the planet, but how important it is to teach the next generation to do so too. After working up an appetite, we head to Pennyroyal Family Farm, a local creamery, winery, and eatery where the saying goes, every goat, sheep, and cheese has a name. This estate vineyard is located in the beautiful Anderson Valley. Pennyroyal is named after wild mint that blankets the property and serves as a snack for their many goats.
I'm Pennyroyal Farm.
Oh, thank you. I'm Colleen.
Sarah.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We're really excited.
Yeah.
I want to know what we're going to do here.
Well, I thought we'd go milk some goats and meet the goats and go check out the garden and maybe taste some cheese and wine.
Okay, that's a perfect day. All right, we're ready. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. This family farm produces cheese exclusively from the milk of their goats and sheep, and everything is produced entirely from what they grow and tend. So we headed to the barn for a little meet and greet with the hardworking team behind it all. Yeah, okay, that's something interesting. I've heard they all have different ears.
Yeah.
What is that?
So the big Nubians are the big floppy-eared ones. Wamanchas have either gopher ears or elf ears, depending.
Great. They're so cute too. What are they doing over here?
Oh, we're gonna do some goat milking. So.
I didn't know we were gonna get to do that. Girls, did you know that? Okay, well we're ready.
All right.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Have you ever done this before? No. Okay, so I'm excited. You ready?
All right.
Okay.
So the trick is to pinch off and then kind of go work your way down, but you don't really pull.
You can do it first.
This can't be hard, can it?
No, hold on to your bucket. That's always key.
I kicked the bucket. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. I don't think I'm getting anything out.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it. Yay. Hi, how are you? These animals are pampered in exchange for their hard work. Their days include lots of opportunities to munch on the wild grasses and pennyroyal mint that blanket the 66-acre property. You could also head inside to tour the creamery or out to the garden, a favorite spot for Sarah's children to play. The veggie plot provides herbs, greens, fruits, and flowers for the farmstead kitchen. This is some of the food from the garden.
Yeah, this is our chef's smorgasbord plate. So we have our fresh lychee, which is basically a chèvre recipe, but seasonally has sheep milk in it. Our boot corners is different ages, so it's a raw milk tome. So this is 2 months in age, and then this is our reserve, which is 12 months of age on the outside.
I think we'll take them all. I think he's taking all the raisins, though. Huh?
Yeah.
How is that? Good. Do you want the whole thing? Can I give it to him?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Of course.
This is great. We learned so much about goats, and I've never had all these different kinds of goat cheese. So thank you for that today. That was great. Did you have fun, girls? Yeah. All right, so let's make a toast. Are you ready?
Yeah.
From our kids to your kids.
Cheers.
Get it?
Cheers.
Cheers. This whirlwind trip in Mendocino County left us wanting more. We explored a magical coastline covered in rounded sea glass, drove through one of the country's most iconic trees, experienced the sights of the Redwood Forest by train, made some adorable friends on the farm, and learned some valuable lessons on how to make the planet a better place. Get ready to fall in love with Northern California. We'll definitely be back.
Thanks for watching Family Travel in Mendocino County, California. See you next time. Row, girls! Harder.
Stroke. Stroke. Doesn't taste like fish poop, don't worry. No. No.
500 pounds of fish creates 5,000 pounds of food. Out of its poop. Yeah. I don't know where to start.
Yeah, we gotta get a bucket. So
a lot of action going on here. I think he's eating my necklace. Okay.
Funding provided by
This show is sponsored by State Farm. When the unexpected happens, State Farm is here to help life go right.
For more information on upcoming destinations and projects, visit FamilyTravelCK.com. Follow us on Twitter. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and check us out on Snapchat. We'd love to hear from you.